What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Any Day Now podcast. My name is Byron Manuel, joined here always with my boy.
Rich TV, you already know we out here. We got a good one for y'all today. 2026, told y'all we was coming off hot. This is no different. It's just gonna get hotter.
Yeah, no, it's a great interview coming up, man. I'm just gonna introduce this person with a few ways that I see this guy. Right, I think we've got leading man right here. That's for sure. I think we've got, and I'll say this too, and I don't say this to a lot of people because I feel like I'm the ultimate hustler. But when you talk about the ultimate hustler here,
For sure.
we've got a superstar,
For sure.
actor, any genre, pick one, comedy, drama, suspense, action hero, all boxed into one.
Yep.
I'm gonna just introduce him as Norman Towns. We got Norm in the building.
We got our boy Norm in the building.
We got Norm in the building.
Superstar, my dog, my brother, comedian extraordinaire, just everything, just all around good human being, man.
it.
You know, you like the Dos Equis dude. You know what I'm saying?
Dos Equis?
The most interesting man in the world.
No, that's for sure.
He's up there.
I was struggling with the way that
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, actually, what do
I got a
I
lot
really
of-
want to say? Because I don't feel like I could grasp.
It's hard to capture Norm's
Yeah, it's like,
title. Like, if you were going by anything these days, what would you say that your title is in terms of like profession? You know, like I would probably tell people I'm an actor and producer off the bat. What would you say because you do so many different things?
It's hard to put
So
me
you
in a
know it's
box.
a loaded
Yeah, it's hard to put me in a box.
You don't even like the idea of like, I gotta pick one.
Yeah, right? Like
content creator. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Like,
Did
man,
that.
I do this.
Yeah,
Done some
can do it. I can do
influencing,
it
you know what I'm
all.
saying? Model, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the titles could keep going.
There's
Do
not
you
a
struggle
lot
with
I
that?
can't.
Do you feel like
Sometimes I
that-
do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. It's because I could do a lot, and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm one of those rare people that's good at it.
Yeah.
I'm also like, be trying to slip entrepreneur in there for some reason. I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel like I
mean,
should say that.
He definitely is. I mean, I
right.
think that's the struggle with.
Well, I meant for me.
Oh, shit.
Like
all
when
of
I
us.
think about my own titles,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I try to slip that in there
It
sometimes.
just
Y'all be
seems
slipping
weird
that
as an
in there, or
entertainer
just
throwing
say,
an
I
entrepreneur
know
in
that's
there.
what I'm
Yeah.
getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a creative, then mix it with the entrepreneur thing. It's like, what you mean by
The
that?
craziest thing is though, last year we came to, it's not even a revelation, but we came to the full understanding that all of us are our own small businesses as entertainers.
Yeah.
And when you first get into that business, you don't really necessarily view it that way until the industry forces you to get your business shit together in order to be able to participate in the show part of it. You know, show business. You know, it should be business show, as we all know. We all
At
know
this
this.
point.
Yeah. So me knowing you personally, I want our audience to be able to understand the type of person that we got sitting right here if they don't know you already.
Okay.
You want to give us a little bit about how you got started, one in the industry, but where your mindset of just being so multifaceted in so many different ways. Because if y'all don't know, man, my boy Norm, literally, it ain't nothing that I could think of that he can't do. I done watched Norm drop 30 on dudes at, the park.
Forgot Hooper.
Yeah, he's a hooper. He's one of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then watched him do so many different things. Like we didn't went from hooping to delivering mattresses to doing auditions to filming a sketch to
Being on the biggest set in the
to
world.
being on, all in the same 48 hours at times. So, I can
is
relate
true.
to what it's like to wear so many hats, but I want to hear from your perspective how that feels, and where that came from and where it started from.
That's a good question. It started when I was like really young.
Yeah.
I think like I was always that person where I wasn't I didn't have much as the people around me had. And just trying to like figure it out the best way I could. Like I remember going to the recycling places and putting like syrup in the cans to make them heavier. So
Get
that,
a little extra weight
I
on
could do
there.
extra
you know
weight.
what
I
I'm
remember
saying?
like cutting grass.
Extra
and,
$2.
selling
ain't never heard of
candy, and I think a lot of it comes from my dad. My dad gave us candy machines at an early age, so it taught us how to like be responsible for, just be responsible and to just know how to manage something, And I remember going in and like taping the sides of like Snickers and Milky Ways. So like I think being an entrepreneur, trying to figure it out, I get a lot of that from my dad. You know, my dad was so similar to me. It's so crazy. Because my dad would start like building beds or Murphy beds and doing stuff. And he once told me, he was like, I never thought to do this until like he built the pool in the backyard. But he told me once, he was like, your sister came, like he came home from work and my sister was jumping in a puddle. And she was like, swimming pool. And he was like, all right, I gotta fix this. So he was like, yeah, so he wanted to build a pool or you know, she wanted like a chair to like some type of rocking horse.
Yeah.
And he was like, he looked at the prices like, damn. So he went in and built her one. But like, I think I'm very similar to that, where it's like, even if I don't see a way, I'm going to try to figure out like an opportunity or a way. You know, I'm going to try to create my own. So I think I've always been like that, even in school. Like I have really bad test anxiety. I was just talking to Byron this, and I would have to take like tests in a special class or a special room. Yeah, because like I would think about the people taking a test, or I would like it was just hard for me to like focus when people are around me and stuff. So like
that's because the white man got us in these little boxes next to all these
little
people
boxes
that we're not supposed to cohabitate with.
Or you could have attention deficit
Yeah,
disorder.
yeah,
It could be
ADD.
that, but never mind.
That's what they say though. That's what I'm
what they
getting at.
package
They
it
just
as.
trying to put that on the side. That might not even be the case.
No, right? I had to figure out a way around it. And just to figure out how to get it done. Not like an excuse or not to say, well, you know, this is why I'm here. I just had to figure out a way to like get it done.
Just get it done, period. Which makes sense because it translates into what we do. You know, today, like half of what we do is just figuring out a way to get it done. Because you don't have a blueprint for doing something that hasn't been created before. And every time we step into a project, we creating it from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's dope to hear.
How have you been able to kind of navigate that mentality in like film too? Because when I look at your guys' journey, and I know you mainly as like an actor, Norman, when I look at the actor's journey, you know, it's 1 million auditions. There's sometimes when there's a lot of money. There's sometimes when there's not a lot. How have you been able to how has that mentality helped you navigate the highs and lows kind of like our business, our industry?
Man, that's a great question. I think that the thing about actors that I know, or the thing about me, is I think the thing that we all kind of have in common is we're all creators. So we all create. And I think sometimes in this industry, you think that you can kind of get sucked into like things are supposed to be created for you to create. And
that's a bar.
It's a fact.
Yeah, and I came from a different perspective where it's like I'm going to continuously create, which is gonna bring creations to me to create. You know, so I think the one thing about me is I've always created, and I've never stopped creating. I've never stopped making my own stuff.
We don't wait, we create.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I think the trick of it is the industry that we in. There's so many outside factors that can make you feel bad for creating your own stuff. Because they'll judge you on your creation. Or you have to, you know, heavy lies the crown. You know, like everyone looks at what you gain, but no one looks at what you lose. And everything costs. So I think with me, I came from the perspective of where it's like, I'm going to always create. Whether it was in stand-up, whether it was sketches. And I think that both of them cost something. You know, because I feel like when you start, like people can only think in one dimension, right? So it's like, I think of you as one thing. It's like, oh, you're the hooper. Oh, you're the actor. Oh, you're the producer. And I think when you have other attributes, you kind of have to dim them a little bit, or you have to kind of hide them, because people, there's a negative connotation that goes with those things where it's like, oh, you're a jack of all trades, or you're not as successful because you do all these things.
You do all these things, master of none.
Master of none, yeah.
And I mastered some of these already.
No, it's like, no.
And I'm working on the other one.
It ain't a jack no more. This one might be a king over here.
Definitely. And I think, especially when you look like us, you have to be Sammy Davis Jr. You know, you have to be good at multiple things, and we are good at multiple things. But I think
good at shit that don't even pertain to nothing.
Jamie Foxx still having trouble with. He could do everything.
We have to do everything.
You can also do my accounting. Yes, I can. I can.
I can balance your books.
Right. So I think the branding and the idea of it kind of makes it tough, because then it's like, man, you do this. it's hard for people to think of like, let me go to you for this because I need this when you're good at X, Y, and Z.
So many things. That makes sense.
So many things. So like I say, like everything kind of has its balance. And so like for me, I've been good at multiple things. So like when it comes to like finances or other areas, it might not have been as tough because I'm doing multiple things. Like I'm always working, I'm always doing something. But I've struggled where it was like the identity wasn't the strongest when it came to certain things. Because people call me to ask some of my friends for roles and stuff, and I'm like, man, I'm good at that. This is what I do,
bro.
You know
I got this character named Norm, man. What's your boy Rich's number? What's your boy Rich's number again? Nigga, I'm right.
So
fuck Rich.
That's kind of where it's been. But especially in entertainment, talent is wide, but opportunity is small.
Yeah, it is.
And getting an opportunity. So I think that's one of the things that I've really tried to figure out or navigate, because sometimes we know what we want to do, we just don't know how to get to what we want to do. And I think when it comes to the industry as a whole, it's like you're trying to figure out how to put yourself in a position where you can get an opportunity. And then you want that opportunity to create more opportunities for you, So you're trying to maximize that opportunity and figure out how to maximize,
No, that's a fact. That's also what I kind of noticed about you too, is it's like when opportunity presents, you don't shy from it. I've seen you do things outside of what I believe you are as, an entertainer and a creative and an artist. And I've seen you pick up other jobs in the in-between time. Where do you get, and I know we kind of touched on it a little bit before, but like where do you get, I don't want to say humbleness, but like where do you get the mentality to be like, yeah, I might have just been on this big ass set, but I'm about to go get this bag doing X, Y, and Z today anyway.
Even if it's 10 people involved, 5 people involved.
It's like, how do you kind of navigate that a little bit?
And it's funny because humbleness is like, I always say this, like, you can only be humble when you know your power. Because if you don't know your power and you say you're humble, you're not humble, you're scared. So I think for me, it's like, I know what I'm capable of doing, and I put myself in positions to where I could take advantage of opportunities that present themselves to me. So like a lot of times people think I'm like doing this. All I'm doing is taking an advantage of an opportunity that presented itself. It's just like when you call me or you tell me about an idea, like that's an opportunity. Now it's up to me if I want to take advantage of that opportunity or if I don't want to take advantage of the opportunity. And I think that's what it really comes down to, is like, I've never looked at myself as like I think it's worked in my favor, but I never looked at myself like, oh, I'm special or unique to do this. I was just like, if I get an opportunity, I'm gonna work hard and try to make the most of this opportunity. That's all I am, is just a hard worker or a vessel, And I always say, like, I put God first, and then anything I do, I'm gonna try to represent that in whatever I do. So if you gave me an opportunity, I'm gonna make the most of it. And then you're gonna be like, dang, Norman killed that. Let me give him another opportunity. Or if you ask me to be the soundman or cameraman, like all I'm gonna do is just make the most of that's how I look at everything. It's like anytime I'm given an opportunity, I just want to make the most of that opportunity.
That's a winner's mentality, man. And I think that's something that is like a superpower. To a degree. Flipping the script a little bit, man. One of the most recent projects you was on just came out. I wanted to ask you about this movie, Him, that you was just in, and your experience. How did an opportunity like that come about for you to be on that project? Man,
what's crazy is I saw like one of my best friends I grew up with. His name is Adam Quinter. He's a trainer out here, and he was training Marlon and Tyreek for this role called The GOAT. Right, it was a movie called The GOAT, and I saw that, and Adam was like, "Man, you got to be a part of this film. You got to be a part of the film." I was like, "Yeah, bro, that sounds amazing, and that's so cool." And I hit up one of my other friends who knew one of the producers, or he worked over at Monkey Paw, and I hit him up and I said, "Hey, is it possible that I can audition for this movie?" I just wanted an audition.
You was like, I don't even care what role it is. Let me just audition. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to maximize this opportunity.
Yeah, they were like, So I did an Eco Live audition, and I
Eco
got this.
Live audition.
Well,
Was
yeah.
Basically a self
So it's a self tape, but they'll do it live now.
yeah, it's like a Zoom.
Yeah, so
okay,
they'll do
okay,
like
okay.
Eco Live auditions.
Yeah.
So like you're there in the room with
Oh,
everyone.
that's a little better.
Yeah, which is really cool. So
Get some real time feedback.
yeah, you get some
Yeah,
real
that's
time
just like,
feedback.
you know.
So I got an audition, which was a blessing from God to just be able to get the opportunity.
Yeah.
I took the most of that opportunity and I booked the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
all it
crazy.
So
take.
like, but it took me saying like that's all it took. But it took me being very proactive to get an opportunity.
That was my
like,
point.
I just want I don't want you to hand me that. I just want you to give me an opportunity.
Yeah.
To earn it.
No,
yeah.
absolutely. Because I want to say you told me some of that story, and that's the point that I wanted to be heard. That like, you know, I think because a lot of times we'll, as creatives or artists or other people out there in life pursuing stuff, they'll wait for things to come to them.
Yeah.
Or they might still be doing the work, but just waiting. You know, I found that the art of waiting is ridiculous. It's really the art of being proactive because a lot of times in our game, you got to go kill something if you want it. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to reach out. You got to be vocal. You gotta stand out. You got to show something, and for you to have the presence of mind to be like, oh, this is something I want to do. Oh, I got a connection here that has a connection here that's got a connection here, and just did the work to ultimately land it. You know, I think it says a lot.
Yeah. And I felt like I was ready. Like I felt ready. And I think a lot of it comes from like whether it's in classes or investing in myself or practicing, it was a preparation that was already done to where it's like now I just need opportunity. You know?
Facts.
And I think sometimes we always think of should I do this or should I do this, but it's really when to do what. You know, there's a time when it's time to prepare, and then there's a time where it's like, all right, bro, we gotta
time
go.
to do.
You know? It's time to cook.
When did you start feeling ready? At like what stage in your career did you start gaining the confidence to be like, I've got this. I'm walking into anything. I'm gonna just body it.
It wasn't as fast as like I would have, like, you know, you can only connect the dots looking backwards.
Yeah, hindsight is 2020 for sure. Because
So
if you would have asked him this 5 years ago, he'd have probably said, "I'm ready right now."
You
know what I'm saying?
because I think we always want it, but like we don't realize it until you look back. You be like, because you could look back at opportunities and be like, "Man, I was ready for that," or "I wasn't ready for that."
Yeah.
And I think that like it really changed once, maybe like 7 years, like when I really started to believe it.
Yeah.
See, because I think I wanted certain things, but I don't think I necessarily believed it.
It's a difference.
Yeah, it's a difference.
It's a big difference.
Like they say, there's a difference
That's why they
between.
say you got to be delusional a little bit.
Yeah, but there's a difference between knowing a path and walking a path.
Yeah.
You know, there's a difference between believing something and see
And knowing something.
and knowing something. And I felt like when I believed it, my movements changed.
Yeah.
Towards
It's a different air that
It's a
you
different
walk in as well. You know what I'm saying? It's a different confidence.
Yeah, it's a different confidence because it's like when you believe it, you move different.
Yeah.
Your thoughts is different.
Exactly.
Like your preparation is different.
For sure.
If I say, "Hey man, get ready because you got something coming a year," everything if you have a fight coming up, if you have anything coming up, you're
It's all
eating boom,
geared
boom,
toward
boom,
that.
boom,
Yeah.
boom, because you know it's coming.
Yeah,
But if you don't know it's coming, then you kind of move different. So I think it changed once I had a belief where I was like, you know what? There's a few people that were like, man, if you took this serious or if you really dedicated yourself, you could be really good. You really got it.
Yeah.
You know, and I've always noticed that like gifts can only be like, you can only like we're all given gifts, and how you cultivate that gift sets you up for everything else. So like we all got gifts.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, I got a gift. I have to cultivate it. But I think once I started, like after classes, and I think with anything, there's confirmation to there's a lot of signs that go into place where you're like, okay, you ready for this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of signs where I've been on set where people.
Which is interesting. Them signs start popping up.
Yeah, those
You're like,
signs start popping
They start
up.
coming more and more often.
Yeah, because I've been on set and people been like, man, you're really good, or wow, that was amazing. Or I'm talking to actresses or actors and they're complimenting me and I'm looking at them and their body of work and they're like, wow, how'd you do this?
Yeah.
Or, you know, and I think just lots of little confirmations happen for me to really be like, all right, you know what, like, I really got this. I got this in my bag.
That's a part of what it actually ends up being throughout the whole journey that I think a lot of people underestimate. Is I think a lot of people don't pay attention to their signs, and that's God talking to us.
Yeah.
You know, God is definitely, I know I'm a testament to it too, is that I've had to follow signs my whole career, or else I probably wouldn't have believed in either.
Yeah.
And we learned that from sports too.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think a lot of people miss out on that part if they didn't have sports or something in their life that gave them that experience of following God's signs and knowing what it even looked like.
Yeah.
You know, and it a lot of times comes through other people that you would never expect.
No,
Do you have any particular moment that you remember where maybe it was the first time in this? Because I still remember the first time when I feel like in acting, it was like somebody poured into me and made me believe, where I was like, all right, let me start looking at this differently. Do you have that moment?
Quick?
Yeah, and it came from a legend, two legends when it happened to me. So it was like almost like I couldn't ignore it. But you got to think that's no different than somebody that don't know nothing about what we're doing looking at you and being like, wow, you're great. You know, do you remember any of the moments, like the first time where you were like, wow, I think I'm meant to do this for real?
Yeah. I think the one time that like really stuck out to me is my dad told me that he believed in me.
That's deep.
You know, that and that
you knew he
that
meant
hit
it
a little
too.
different.
Yeah. And I think that, you know, just growing up, that's who I idolized. That's who I looked up to. That's who I wanted to be. Like I remember I used to sit in the sun to get darker because I wanted to be like my dad.
Sound like Byron.
No, for real. Like I really idolized.
Your dad.
Yeah. Like I wanted every scar, every like nails. Like I wanted to be like the same person as my dad. And I think like before he passed, where he let me know that he was really proud of me and that he believed in me. And I think that really changed the trajectory of like how I view things.
Your mindset.
Yeah. And you know, he was just proud to be my dad. Like it wasn't like I had to prove anything to him. But I think that really touched me a lot, man.
Yeah.
And I don't think and see, this thing is like this. When I think of like people or, you know, idols or people that you put on these pedestals, I always had my dad.
I was gonna say, I feel like certain people don't idolize people. You know, it's like it's almost.
But you don't even know these people.
It's like
for real. You know what I'm
people,
saying? Like I'm gonna idolize.
I can't idolize somebody I don't even know.
I might be in awe of their work or a supporter
appreciate
of it.
them.
Yeah,
Correct.
but like
Idolize is a strong word. That's
idolizing
almost
somebody,
venturing
and then the
into-
headlines come out. You like, whoa,
like you don't
this
even.
nigga used to be my hero.
I hope I didn't tell nobody that.
Yeah.
So
That's
So,
dope
I
to
ain't
hear.
gonna lie, I'm gonna shed a tear. Yeah, it hit different when it comes from the source. You know,
No,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Yeah, and I think that really, you know, just talks with my dad about stuff. That really hit me harder than anybody. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That's
was
a
a
fact, man.
person.
What just to put a button on this him conversation, man. I'm curious to know, like, what did you get any interaction with Marlon, or were you able to kind of see him on set? Were you able to gain anything, I guess, is my real question, from being in the presence of legends who've been doing this? You know,
Yeah.
the Wayans brothers, Marlon, one of our heroes. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like, were you able to glean anything from that?
Yeah. You know, I think some of the things that I gained, the thing about it is, when you're working on a job, you know, most of the time you're consumed by the work. You're just trying to do a job.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
at the same time,
I'm trying to do a good
Job.
my
trying
part
to do a good
here.
job.
My job,
yeah,
like,
it's
first.
like,
I'm gonna train. I'm just trying to do
Yeah.
the best job I can. And I think it's, you know, the cool thing about everyone on set, because we shot in New Mexico. But I think the really cool thing about that was we were able to spend time with each other. And like, I remember Marlon had like a party at the place he was staying, and we were able to talk. Because sometimes you don't know everyone's process.
Yeah,
That's another thing too. You know, I think you learn in this
Yeah,
industry.
you got to
you know,
move a
some
certain
people
way.
might-
Some
Yeah.
people, and there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with, but like,
You gotta tread lightly.
For sure.
But I think it would also be helpful to address your process.
Your process to other people. Make a disclosure like, hey, I don't want y'all talking to me before 9 a.m. If you say anything to me before 9 a.m., we're not gonna be cool the rest of this production. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, and this is coming from me, so I don't. But like everybody should address their process up front. You shouldn't be like, hey, you shouldn't tell me, you should be me mugging me for 3 weeks and then tell me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
by the way, first day you did something that really bothered me, but I should have told you because it's just my process.
Yeah, just like you have to address it. You know what I'm saying? It's like me, if I say, hey, y'all, like, I have social anxiety, so we go out and we see a whole bunch of people. I might be quiet, but like now you're not looking at me like I'm
like why you so reserved? You ain't talking. You ain't trying to be a part of the group. You don't fuck with us.
There's definitely times where I feel like everyone should address their process.
Yeah, because you've heard crazy. I've heard crazy things on set about people, and they're like, you might say what's up to somebody, they're like, man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And you thinking it's the person, but they might be in a character.
You don't know.
And you like,
you don't know no one's process.
Yeah, they not.
You don't know no one's process.
Fuck with me, but I still got to get these lines because my life is on the line.
Yeah, you don't know
all
process.
I said was what's up.
Yeah, but that didn't happen on this is clear. It was totally separate than him. But everyone, like, that's the one thing I appreciated about them all is like Marlon was really cool and just a humble, down to earth person. Yeah. His cousin Greg is a good friend of mine.
Man, we met Greg on 427.
Yeah,
damn,
right. Yeah,
I just realized that.
Yeah, Greg was there. He helped me with some self tapes there.
But
I think the thing about working with people like the Wayans and Justin and Tyreek and all them, they were just such good people to be around, especially in that type of environment with that type of movie. Just to see that the work that they put in, his coach Leland was really cool. Like everybody there was just so nice, so helpful, so generous.
Felt like a lot of chemistry was there.
Yeah, it was a lot of good chemistry
almost like
there.
You can almost feel like the family vibe a little bit through the screen.
It was, and I think that the one thing I learned is like, just being so personable in that setting was really cool. And you learn little stuff from everything, but like I think talking to them outside of that, just seeing how humble, excited about the project they were, Jamal was great. Like the whole team there was just amazing to work with, And I think that's another thing too, because you could be on projects where not everyone's great to work with.
For sure.
And you try to figure out like filler words to be like, it was... Yeah,
it was cool.
But really, everyone there was super nice, super helpful, super respectful, and just a pleasure to be around. Everybody from top to bottom, the PAs, the grips, like everyone was really great.
Yeah. Do you ever have moments? And I always get to ask the actor questions, obviously, for obvious reasons. But do you ever have moments where you feel like you kind of step out of these moments? Like, for instance, when you were on Insecure and you're a part of stuff that it's almost impossible for you not to understand the magnitude of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Coming from where we come from, a lot of these things aren't normal, so to speak. Correct. Being in a theatrical movie, being on a hit TV show, being on the cover of whatever it is, being in a commercial for this, blah, blah, blah. Do you ever have moments where you got to kind of reel yourself back and start to and that's what obviously class and the work comes from, but do you ever find yourself stepping out of the moment sometimes and being like, wow, I can't believe this is my life?
You know what? I don't think that I've been aware of the moments like other people have been aware of them. And I think that for me, and I think I learned this from sports, is like nothing is too big and nothing is too small. So like every moment is just another moment.
I love that.
And I think some people say it, but like I've never thought like I remember this girl that I was talking to once was telling me a story about how she got stood up and she couldn't believe it and this was crazy. And she was like, she was like, how would you feel? Because I was just like, and I was like, I was kind of at awe that she felt that way about herself. Yeah. Like, cause I was like, I never, like if I was talking to a girl and she stood me up, it would even make me feel that bad. Cause I was like, I don't even know if I feel like I'm that special To where it was like, for real, I was like, man, I was actually like amazed. I was like, wow, you think you're that special to where like
you can't get stood up?
Yeah. Or no, it's more so like that hurt you. But for
That
me,
much,
it was
yeah.
just been like, all right, it happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm not expecting. I
I
don't have this.
thought you was gonna pull up at 5. You
Yeah, but
didn't.
it's cool.
I still
It-
got stuff to do.
Yeah, I would have just left. It
Yeah.
would have never affected my
Might have
day.
still ate there.
But-
Or might have tried to meet somebody
yeah,
else.
but I
Might have
think
left with somebody else.
I think these moments are just for me moments, and like I just to be honest, like I remember being on the radio was a big deal to me.
Yeah.
Like I remember being like a kid. I was playing basketball at the Boys and Girls Club, and we had a coach, and she was on the radio, and I thought that was like the most amazing thing in the world. I was like, what? Like I remember I like waited to hear her, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow.
Just hearing her voice on the
just
radio.
hearing her voice on the radio. So like I think being on TV or doing something that like I've always like deep down I've always dreamed of doing. And just being thankful that I have an opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing with me is just like I'm just so grateful to have the opportunity to do it because I never thought like my mom was like get a job, you know, like when I graduated college, my mom wanted me to work at Costco, you know, so like that was like my like I ain't never really had like nobody came to
Bar
my
was
graduation.
crazy.
Bar was crazy. Like nobody
was
came to
crazy,
my
yeah.
graduation.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember it being like a thing. I wasn't pressed to go to college. I wasn't like I didn't have these expectations on my life like that. So I think that
I was pretty similar.
yeah, so I think that like it's crazy because like I say everything has its balance in.
Yeah.
So on one end it's like I didn't think I was that special to, you know, I'm just like, oh, this is amazing. I'm gonna take advantage
And
of
I feel like
opportunity.
I've also been kind of like choosing my own path since I was a kid. Like I never had a curfew. I don't ever remember my mom
Me either.
asking me like, "What time are you
either.
coming back?" Like
Yeah.
she never was like, "Are you going to school or not?" Like if I stayed home, she would just be like, "You staying home?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't feel like going today." Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like
She trusted you.
No, you know
that's
what's
a
crazy?
different kind of independence in our generation of like kind
me
of see how we
too.
are where we are now.
Because I never had a preconceived like expectation on like some like it wasn't like I could let somebody down.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Me just having a job, I'm gonna tell you this right now. And this is just the most respect. It's just like me just having a job is a win for my mom.
Yeah.
That was like a that's a if
I
I
know
worked
he'll
at
be
the
able to
grocery
eat.
store.
I know he'll be able to eat.
Yeah, exactly. If I
Yeah,
work
yeah,
at the
I know
grocery
he
store,
eating.
Yeah,
that's
I
the
know he
happiest. Yeah, I like so I think that like for me, just being able to do something that I ultimately wanted to do
Yeah.
is such a win for me.
Yeah.
And I've never had the ego of like feeling that it was no matter even what like no matter like even like these introductions it just means so much to me because how other people have seen me before I never saw myself like that and it's weird because like I've always been like that in other because I have people been like, bro, you was so dope, man. I remember hooping with you, and I remember, I remember, but I remember I never saw myself the way that they saw me. And I remember one time I was in college, and I used to always be like, man, if I was 6'8", bro, I'd be killing it.
Everybody does
And I remember I went to play at this league or this like this rec gym.
That's crazy because I'm like, if
And
I
this
would have got to
dude-
6'2",
and
I
this
would have been
dude,
in
no,
there.
I swear this dude was like, man, if I had your height and your ability, you could do everything. I'd be in the NBA right now. And it hit me at that point where I was like, man, I've never thought outside of me. Yeah, I've never. But people be all the time. They be like, man, you so strong, man. You could done it. And I've never saw myself that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was just a part of your. It was just you. It was just who you
me.
was.
Yeah, but like I was like, man, but
That's
No,
a
that's a
gift,
fact.
bro. You don't understand. I
That's a
think
fact.
how powerful that really is.
Yeah,
I heard
I
something
never-
recently, bro, about because you know in our industry, a lot of people like to focus on the fame part of it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people get into this for the wrong reasons. There's a reason why it never happens, in my opinion, right? You got to have a why. That's why they bring it up because if you don't, you're probably not going to be in this for long.
Yeah.
I look at something like that and it's wild. Some of the most influential, popular people in the world that I've gotten to know, the thing that most of them have in common is the fact that most of them weren't chasing this shit.
Yep.
It was going to happen
Regardless.
either way.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is some of the most popular and influential people, they're not constantly trying to be seen and heard. It's just when they actually are,
Yeah.
People listen and they watch.
Yeah.
Well, I
Why?
think you were
Because
right with the work. When you're doing the work, all that other stuff who cares?
who cares?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it
you
comes
you
with
fall in love with the actual process of doing the
Yeah.
thing that it is.
Yeah.
So when I look at that, what a gift, bro. Like
Appreciate that.
for God to and to know you on the level that I do, it's adding up more things about you now hearing this that makes so much more sense on why you're the man that you are. Because only an egoless man can go from being treated like Denzel Washington to being treated like your Uber driver in the same day and not let that change how they feel about themselves.
Exactly.
Or let it boost their head up to let them think that they're any less or any more than anybody else because of what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
And to do what we do at the highest level and to be great at it, bro, I think it takes you being able to have that ability. Some people have that naturally where they feel like, this is pulling me to feel like I'm more than I am, or this is feeling me to feel like I'm less than I am. You're almost that person that's in the middle. That's just like, bro, I'm gonna be going the speed limit. Y'all can speed just because you got the McLaren. I'm gonna be riding the speed limit in the McLaren because I'm not trying to get a ticket, and I know what it's like to drive, in something else.
I feel like Norm is also like, I've won life already.
Yeah, he's like,
so like
this is all
anything
green.
else now is extra.
This is house
and
money.
I think that's a cool space to be in because like if you think back, I believe me and you had this conversation before, Norm, and you, Rich. When you come from harder beginnings, and the expectations around might be, and it sounds cliche and it kind of sounds a little corny, but like Dead or in Jail was a lot of the outcome for a lot of our people, a lot of our generation, a lot of our time. Like in the periods we grew up in, and you get to like 21 and you're like, oh, I won. But then now you're in life and you're like,
oh, shit.
Oh, damn, I wasn't even thinking about what to do at this part.
Of that, right?
Yeah.
What's crazy is I remember, and people would ask me when I was younger, you get that question, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
When we played sports, naturally I'm thinking I want to be an NBA player, or I want to be an NFL player, or whatever the case. We fortunately enough were to be good enough where people actually believed us back then too. But in my mind, I don't think I ever really pictured myself in the NBA to the capacity of like, this is what I actually see myself doing.
I didn't, especially after I capped out at 5'10".
Bro, I never pictured myself past the age of 25, I realized. Once I got to 25, and the only reason 25 was in my mind was because I know that's the age my mom was when she had me. And I always would picture in my mind, like, wonder what I'm going to be doing at 25. My mom had me at 25. That sounded old at the time.
Yeah.
But I realized once I turned 25, bro, I had no idea or plan what the fuck I wanted to do for the rest of my life that I actually felt like I've seen myself doing.
Same boat.
Like I had a feeling of like, I think I'm supposed to be doing something, which is obviously what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But do you remember growing up aspiring to be anything? Because like I hear one, you said your mom's dream for you was just make sure you had a job.
Yeah.
Your dad told you he was proud of you and believed in you, but you wanted to be like him.
Yeah.
In your eyes, was winning at life just being a doer like your dad, somebody that could just provide and support, his kids and his family, or was it to be something big like you are now?
Man.
Because you said you had the dream.
Yeah. I just think that it's kind of both because like I've seen how much my dad poured into us. Me, my siblings, like gave us
how many
so
brothers and sisters you got?
So
just so that people
I
know.
have 2 brothers and I have a sister, so it's 4 of us all together. But just seeing like
Pops was like, I'm gonna just give it to y'all.
Yeah.
pass the
He
energy
opened
through.
up so many doors for us to be able to do this. The sacrifice to be able to do this. And then my mom, she was a stay-at-home mom. So my dad worked and just did so much stuff, but we'd always go with him all the time. And just to see, like, my mom, I ain't gonna lie, it was tough being at home with my mom. I was like, I couldn't wait to go hang out with my dad. I was like, please pick me up.
Let's go hit these corners.
Yeah. Let's go.
Whatever you do at Pops, I'm trying to go.
Yeah. So like, I would go to my dad's basketball games, everything. Wherever my dad went, I was like, yo, I can't wait to get up out of here.
And you named after your dad too.
Yeah, I'm named
so
after my dad.
Name.
Yeah. And people that I'm really close with, they all named after their dad. It's crazy how like, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
all three of us are.
Bro,
I'm a second though. You both are juniors.
I'm a second.
Oh, you're a second too.
Yeah, I'm a second.
Yeah.
There we go.
But what I'm saying is like people that I get close with, they all named after their dad. It's so weird. Will Smith was named after his dad. Steph Curry's named after his dad. Like all these great people was named after their dad. Which is crazy.
Me and Will Smith are tight.
Yeah,
Everybody I'm close to.
But I thought that my dad made like he sacrificed so much to give us an opportunity for me to even be at this position.
Yeah, that you just wanted to just take advantage of
that I could
it.
even be at this.
Man,
position.
how do you even get into acting on this journey then? Like, how do you get to being a creative?
You know what's crazy is even when I was little, I was doing this, but I just never thought that I could do this.
Wow.
You was just doing it.
Deep down, I knew. And see, this is the thing too, is like I always wanted to do this. Yeah. And I love the perks of this business. I love like the entertainment. I love making people smile. I love making people happy. Mm-hmm. I love working on a project. Yeah. But I never, even as a kid, I would make like little videos and stuff. But like my identity was I was a basketball player, so I couldn't really do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I was real, like man. That identity, because like, and I think I had to break that mold of like the identity, because I'm like, oh, I'm the hooper. I can't be. And drama class.
Once we started doing outside of hooping stuff, people looked at us different.
Yeah, it's like you a failure, or you. And there's a lot of people that. Yeah, and there's a lot of people that like.
Taking pictures.
Yeah, being an athlete is tough because like you have this identity that's tied to something that you do. Yeah. So when what you do it, like they say, if who you are is what you have, then who are you, and what you have is lost.
Exactly.
And once that identity is taken, you're like, who am I? This is what you did every summer.
Took me a couple years.
This is what you did. Yeah, this is what your whole life.
Everything you did, like you said, when you know something and you believe in something, everything you do is towards
like,
that thing that you believe.
So it's like if I take your identity away, then who are you?
Yeah.
You know, and I think that I figured that out a little like later than some, but a lot earlier than a lot of other people. You know,
glad you figured it out.
A lot earlier.
At least it was better late than never.
Yeah. But I was like, man, I can't have my identity tied to something that I do. Yeah, you know, it has to be who I am.
True that.
And what I enjoy doing, and I love creating, but I always want, like, I would watch TV shows and movies. I would watch movies back to back.
Oh man, me too.
Music and movies was my thing.
Man, that's all I was doing.
We all got that in common.
I didn't realize that training was happening to like get me to where I am now. Like all the things I was doing. Like I often wonder, like, damn, how did I even get to this place right now? Because this was never on the radar.
Yeah.
Even when we were talking about like what did we want to be, I just wanted to wear a suit. That was it.
Really?
I wanted to be a businessman, whatever that meant.
Yeah,
like,
I wanted to just get paid to be me. I was like, if I could get paid just to be me, my mom looked at me like, you can. And I'm like, well, how? I'm like, I just want to be me. I don't see people
reality
just
star.
I'm like, well,
really?
Yeah. But you're
trying to get paid to breathe and shit.
I just want to get paid to just be me. I'm like, the things that make me who I am, that people say they love the most, I'm like, how can I monetize that, Mom? And she was like, you're going to figure it out one day.
Streamers figured it out
and streamers that's the base level of it right there.
Yeah.
In today's day and age, what do you feel like up until now? Because I seen you come a long way, Noah. I just want to tell you I'm proud of you, bro. I'm so proud of you, bro. Like, I would love to hear, what do you think the toughest part of getting to the man that you are today, sitting right here in this chair, has been? What has been your biggest hurdle? And in addition to that, were there ever any moments where you felt like you was going to crash out and risk it all and just be like, you know what? Fuck all of this.
Yeah, there's been so many moments, like when you come close and you test it.
So many moments. There's been so many moments.
So many moments. When you test it for a show, when you don't get it, or you get close and you're like, man, I wish I would have never even got this close.
Or, I don't know which is harder.
Could have gave me a quicker no a long time ago.
Yeah, or because this isn't made. See, everything is preparing us for our moments, you know. And I think you don't know that while you're going through these moments.
Not at first.
You don't. Yeah. You don't know.
It don't feel like
first time you get punched in the mouth, you didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
you're not prepared. You don't feel like I'm getting prepared to knock somebody out one day. I feel like I'm getting punched in the fucking mouth.
You trying to kill me.
Yeah.
You just trying to kill me.
I think sometimes we think it gets easier. You just get better at handling hard. you just get better at handling hard.
Man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's
That's
almost
real.
like that first punch, but after a while, you used to it.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, this don't do nothing. Come on. Like,
Yeah.
I know, you just get better at handling those things. And I think, I used to always say everything is easy. It's just easier not to do something.
Yeah.
And I think that just
Love that.
the preparation of it has helped me more than anything. Like, everything that I've been through has prepared me for my moments.
Absolutely.
Because, like, it's like, even when I think of David and Goliath, right? The story of David and Goliath, some people think it's like he this giant, but before David was faced Goliath, David, like, fought off every animal with a slingshot.
Yeah,
That's
he
all
had a
he did
real
was
journey.
play with his slingshot.
Yeah.
All day, every day,
He
was
was
just
active for
He
a
was a
minute.
master with that slingshot.
He was getting active for a minute.
So when he went to go fight Goliath, it wasn't like this slingshot is
Yeah.
like his luck.
Like one
It,
lucky
it wasn't
shot.
like this was like
Yeah.
this is what I
Preparation.
do every day.
Yeah.
I've been doing this. I have perfect day. I don't miss.
He was more
You know what I'm
comfortable
saying?
with that than a gun. you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah. So, like, a sword, because that's what he did. He cut his head
Mm-hmm.
off. But, like, that's the reason why he was able to go out there, because he was so ready for his moment.
Yeah.
So I think all these hardships that have led up to things that I'm doing or continuing to do has been just preparation.
Yeah.
Man, I played dead bodies. I've been extras. I've showed up for stuff and didn't shoot anything, and drove from Silicon Valley to freaking you know what I'm saying,
Seven
just to
callbacks.
have a one line speech. Like, it's just all these things have prepared me for moments that I think I'm getting. But, like, the toughest I think the toughest thing would be, like, this isn't for everybody.
Hell
This
no.
isn't for everybody. This is This isn't for
It's
everybody.
also
Hell
something
no.
I don't recommend.
No.
It's definitely I
Even
don't
if you
recommend
feel like
this
it's for
shit.
you, I'm still
I don't
not
recommend it.
necessarily recommending it
And
unless you got
it's
certain
tough,
things.
It's
about it.
tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
On it's a spiritual thing.
Yeah.
Where you need God.
Yeah.
It's tough for relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough for friendships.
Yeah.
It's tough to be there for friends from back home, to go to
Yeah.
weddings. Because think about it, bro. I've missed weddings.
I miss so many
I've missed
weddings.
birthdays from close friends.
Yeah.
I've had
Ain't
had
seen
girlfriends.
your friends' kids. They
and
like 5 and 10
They
now.
older. I haven't like relationships.
Yeah.
It's hard to date because we have something planned and I have a shoot,
Yeah.
or I'm trying to save money because I don't know when I'm gonna get another job. And
And the
I booked a
isolation
job.
from it too. Like you think
Isolation.
people look at it and go glitz, glam, fun. They see the end result, but, like, so much isolation I've faced
So
in
much,
this business. Of,
man.
like,
It's a
even
lonely
I might
journey
even
at
be
times.
next to a person, but still feel isolated because
Yeah.
we're both not present in this moment next to each other, both dealing with traumatic things
Yeah.
about our career at the same time, and looking at each other and go, nah, I feel you.
Yeah. And,
We haven't even said nothing.
right?
You can
For
feel
real,
it.
and you worn out. There's so many people that are on Earth looking at the moon, but there's very few people on the moon looking back at the Earth.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is, like, this costs you a lot.
Costs
Everyone
a lot.
looks at what you gain. No one looks at what you lose. But it costs a lot. And I think
Take years from you,
And
like
this is-
days, like weeks.
this is
stress
weeks.
taking
But
years
but
off
the
for
thing that I
sure.
think I've learned to deal with, that the hardest thing that people don't talk about, is, like, we don't come from much.
yeah.
We know how to deal with
With
know,
not
we're
having
born
nothing,
into
yeah.
it.
For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? We're black men. We think it's weird when someone's nice to us. We like, wait, you're not- we come
They
from,
try to
like,
set me up.
nothing.
Hold up,
We
man.
don't come from
What's up?
nothing. But the one thing that I think that I'm really happy with is, like, I've learned how to deal with successes.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned how to deal with wins, and that's where I think we teach, save your money. You don't know,
Yeah.
but, like, I think what really gets us is once we start to win, when we get successes, that's when we start to, I'm gonna
Yeah.
spend all this, I'm gonna do all this.
Take
I
the foot
moved
off the
it, yeah.
gas a little
Yeah, bro,
bit. You
my-
start
mine-
trying to
mine-
think
About that a lot
different.
lately.
Mine is the same. Like, I move
Gotta act
even
like you don't have it.
like, the exact same way.
Nothing
It's like a
happened.
game of 21.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really good at 21, but what I notice is this: when you play 21, no matter where you go, the rules change. And if you got 19,
Bruh.
everybody's guarding you.
Yeah,
You like,
yeah,
where did y'all
yeah,
come from?
yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
taking you back
yeah,
to
yeah.
12, you back
This
to
nigga wasn't
this.
even playing.
So,
Rules
you
was popping up that
you
wasn't
like,
in the
when did
beginning of
this?
the game.
And the only way to win 21 is once you hit 21, you say 21. And they say, wait, when did you get 21?
You don't want to tell nobody you getting close.
You don't want to tell nobody you getting close because it's like, that's when it happens, right? So what I realized, I was like, man, life is so much like that. As soon as I get paid, next you know, there's a bill that came out of nowhere. This came out of nowhere. I'm like, yo, how did it know to hit me up to when I get, like, where did this come from? So I think for me, I stay in that middle, no matter how high or how low. Yeah. It's like my ego is not my amigo. Mm-hmm. I don't go. I just stay. Yeah. I just stay the course. Mm-hmm. I just stay the course.
What's been like because like for me, when I'm going through these ups and downs, I've realized, and Rich and I talk about it a lot, is like the laughter and the joy of the pain has helped me abundantly. Mm-hmm. Get through the moments of, because probably every 3 months I'm like, I'm just about to quit this shit. Like I'm about to do something else. Like this ain't really it. It's been every 3 months for like a decade plus.
Yeah. And then you get a job. You get a job quarterly. You get a job. You're like, all right. And then
this is get your posts online. Yeah, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
You got your quarterly crash out.
Yeah.
But like so for me, like I've really leaned on my tribe and just like-minded individuals, and not like it's a plethora of people that I surround myself with, but there's been a lot of key individuals that have been around me that have kind of helped sustain me. And I guess maybe this is a question or a statement, but I guess I'm just curious if you could speak about, like, has there been any sort of something else extra that's kind of helped you stay the course, or like have there been uplifting moments, whether that's from friends or family, or you got a job, or like when you're going down, how do you circle back and get back on course and go, yeah, this is for me?
Man, that's such a good question, because I think it's so like what I really learned from like just sports and my brothers that really helped me is I'm probably the most competitive by far out of all my brothers and sisters. I'm probably like I'm a dog.
You're a winner. You're a winner.
I'm a winner. But when it comes to like certain games, I couldn't necessarily be as consistent. Mm-hmm. I could score 100, I could score 5. You know, like I couldn't be consistent. My little brother, most talented individual I've ever seen, just emotionally would get taken out. Yeah. You know, you say something, you talk about his shoes.
His mental game is just not as strong.
Shots in a row. You're like, look at your kicks.
Best athlete I've ever seen. Yeah, but like best athlete I've ever seen. Best athlete I've ever seen. But like, yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? You swipe his hair. He's you know.
Now the whole shit off.
Yeah.
Like,
so he don't have that emotional IQ. And then my baby brother, he's probably not the most, like he's good, but like his career, like he was a 2-time All-American, everything, because he could be consistent. Yeah, and he has regiments in place.
That consistency.
He has consistency.
Yeah. Wow, you get
now if you look on paper, if you met us, you'd be like, how is this dude this? You know what I'm saying? Like for real, I love my brothers, bro. But there is no way. And then like, bro, I'm telling you, I've seen him like, and I thought he had an okay game. I'm like 55. How? Like wait,
where was that?
I gotta look back.
At?
Yeah, bro. It's just like, but he could do it like it'll be like a tip, a shot here, like, but it's just within the game. Like, like I'm telling you, bro, I've never seen anything like the paper looks. You like, yo, LeBron yeah, did they cheat this? Yeah, he was LeBron. But like, at least you knew LeBron was like him. He'd be like, bro, the
had
paper,
the quietest 50 you've ever seen.
Quietest everything, like the quiet person. But he was able to be consistent. So I've learned from that to where I was like, hey, in order for me to like, I hate routine. I love my freedom, but in order for me to reach certain levels, like I need to be consistent, and I need routine. I need a base, because anything that you build with no base, it falls. But like for the longest time, it was hard for me to have a base. But once, like, I remember somebody told me this story that really changed me. He was like, one of his friends working at Home Depot, and he blew up and became this big actor. And he said, what happened? He's like, I just made the decision that this is what I am. I just made the decision. So like, I remember I just made the decision where it's like, I'm going to work out at 5 to 6 a.m. every day. I'm going to listen to a sermon,
Yeah.
Even if I don't want to listen to a sermon, I listen to like a positive like speech in a
Something.
sermon. But like it's so hard for me to do. It's so hard to start. Once you get going, you good.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
You mentioned
That's
from an
the
early
challenge.
age though, like with the test taking and everything. I
Yeah.
think a lot of us suffer with those kind of deficiencies at
Yeah,
times.
bro.
It
Like,
doesn't mean that
even-
you're any
yeah.
less of a person. It just means the way that you're going to be able to get to that point you're talking about is going to be different than other
Different.
people.
Yeah.
Like I have to. That's one of the things I still
Yeah,
struggle.
bro.
We talk about this all the time.
Yeah. Because
Like
yeah, but like knowing yourself and knowing like, and I think like even going to like certain special classes to help me, it's helped me figure out a way.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I think so many people are used to the system and they do exactly what it's told to do.
yeah,
And they fail at that system. But like my perspective was like, okay, there are other ways
Yeah.
and I can figure them out.
I
to
think
get
that's the
job done.
harder
Feels
part for me
limited,
is
yeah.
like, you know, school programs you a certain way to be
Yeah.
given things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the real world, to be successful in my journey, I've learned you have to create your own systems.
always.
Yeah.
You know, so then it becomes like, oh damn, I'm creating my own system. Is this system actually going to work? Is it tested? Is it not tested? And then I've then gone, well, some of these things are tested. Get a journey, get a plan, do the
Yeah.
same things every day. But then it still feels like it's almost too easy sometimes. Like it can't be
Or too
this
hard.
simple.
It could
like-
be either way sometimes to somebody.
well, I mean the simplicity of like doing the same thing every day.
Oh yeah.
It's like, okay, but that don't sound like that's about to get me to $1 million. But the truth is that level of discipline is what gets you on that path to the $1 million.
Yeah. And it holds, because see, there's a difference between getting something and keeping something.
Yeah.
There's a difference between like, you know,
It's a
it takes
major
two different
difference.
things. And some
Right.
people are good at getting it, they just
sure.
can't keep it. Some people is good
Most
at keeping
people
it,
can
and
get
they can
it.
never get it.
Yeah, most people can get it. That maintaining it is tough.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's a fear in that most people have? Is like, for instance, I mean, we've all heard it, you know, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. I feel like one of my coaches actually said this to me when I was younger. He said, and the shit used to piss me off so much, stop being scared to be successful. And I used to be like, the fuck is he talking about? Like, I want to win. I want to drop whatever I'm, capable of dropping. I want to be I'm out here killing. What you talking about? And it didn't hit me until I was an adult. And I started being faced with the things that I wanted most. And I started realizing I was confronted with what you're talking about. Like, I know what it's going to take. And you have to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, are you really going to do this? Because that's the only way. And you know that now. Do you think a lot of people are afraid of their dreams actually coming true?
By far.
I think it holds a lot of people back too.
I think, yeah, but see, this is the thing is like, you want to prepare and practice these things in other areas. See, I think so many times we want this fire, right?
Yeah.
But we don't realize like you got to rub these sticks together to get the fire. You got to turn the gas on to get the fire. But everybody chases the fire, right? And a lot of these moments, they're preparing you. Like, and see, I tried to have this conversation with one of my friends who's I quote unquote like a business partner of mine, and they wanted to do something really big. And I said, no, we're gonna do something really small. And they couldn't understand it. I said, because like this is where you get all those mistakes out the way.
Yeah.
Like you're not looking at the bigger picture.
Let's test it
Yeah.
real quick.
You gotta get those little
Let's
things
get
out the way.
these losses, these lessons,
Exactly.
these
Reps.
opportunities
Yeah.
to grow.
Yeah. See, because the
out the
older you
way.
get, the margin for error is smaller. You don't have as much time to make. Like, think about it. We go big. We make a mistake that costs us way more than if
Oh,
we go
yeah,
here.
for
But
sure.
see,
Years.
right here is the reps. Here is the preparation.
I think
here is the
you're right.
mistakes.
Yeah.
See, because you're looking at the money. I'm looking at the position.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it's either talent, hard work, it's positioning. I'm putting us in a position to where we can maintain up here.
Exactly.
But they're not seeing that because we can do something big. I'm like, no. We got to do this here.
You got to start at a place.
We got to do it here so
build
we
that
can get those
momentum.
reps.
Eventually
We
it
can
will
get
be
those
big.
reps.
Yeah.
Because now
A lot of people just want to go from here to here,
here,
and forget
yeah.
about the in between.
They
It's a
forget about
snowball.
the
They got to
in-between.
slowly
yeah,
grow.
Yeah, they got to hit. But see, because I'm looking at positioning, they're looking at the money. And I'm not saying that both can't work and both was wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like you gotta get those L's, you gotta get those things out the way
Yeah.
because you could come back from this. You can't come back from this.
It's also part of it. You know, like you got to get those lessons on the journey a lot of the times that people shy away from. And I even start trying to, I even work on changing the way I deliver the word loss. You know, like, because it's not, if it's actually part of the process, like almost like trading.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when it starts to retrace, that's a part of it. Because we needed to get up here, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when I look at life, it's very similar that the most successful people in the world didn't just get it out the gate. No. They had a lot of lessons that they had to learn on the way. Yeah. And then I often think, okay, well, if I'm me at this level and I had to learn a lesson, so I should go back at it because now I'm smarter this time than I was last time. Right. And I was crazy confident now. Now I've got more game. I should be way more confident going in the second time.
Yeah, they say smart people learn from their mistakes. Smarter people learn from others' mistakes. Yeah. And it's smarter people that learn from others' successes. Yeah. You know, so like just thinking about it where it's like you learn these lessons because I've taken a lot of L's. Yeah. But see, I think that the thing is like I've learned
more than W's.
I've learned from every L. And a lot of people don't learn from the L's that they take. Yeah, they don't learn from them, and I'm able to apply it. Some people, what you learn, see.
I'm over here like an Allen wrench. All them L's on there. Give me all the L's.
But I'll do business with people that have L's because they know how to not make the same mistakes.
It's part of my questions to a business person.
Yeah.
How do you lose, or what kind of losses have you taken? Because that education that you can know, even like us, the first time we did the movie, Swoon, right there. But, you know, the journey of that to go, damn, we should have made this decision, or damn, we should have did that decision. Now going back at it again, it's like now we have that perspective, at least something to compare it to, you know, where it's like we can measure up against it and go, all right, cool, let's try this path. You know what I'm saying?
And watch this. Think about how much better you are moving forward.
Absolutely.
For life.
Just by doing boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
No, and you got to do it when you're not, you know, as knowledge. Like you gotta just jump in because that's the only way. Like a lot of people be scared to jump. You'll stand on. I've watched people stand on the ledge their whole life. It's like, when are you gonna jump, bro? Yeah. Like you gotta jump.
I'm gonna say I've seen you stand on the ledge before, but I've seen you jump a lot of times.
I've jumped a lot though. That's the thing. I'm like, I'm not scared to jump no more.
I've turned back around.
I was the same way. My mom would say you would just jump in the pool and couldn't swim. Like, and she would always have to jump in and get me. But like that was my thing.
You're like,
but that just shows you who I am. Yeah, I would just jump in the pool. She's like, every time we went to the water, you just jump in and didn't know how to swim. I had to jump in. I know, but like that's why we're us.
I've seen Rich. I've been like, yeah, man, I don't know if we should jump. Damn, he jumped already. Yeah.
You'd have to save him or...
Like, damn, all right. It looks like he kind of flying.
But I think that's a testament to the courage that we possess.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a bravery being an artist. And your journey has shown that you have been brave enough to walk this path, whether it be alone, whether it be with people, whether it be through hell or high water.
Whether it be bulletproof vest or no bulletproof vest.
And that's really what it come down to. And I know, you know, we're a little over on time, so we got to... You know, we got to kind of...
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up. We can talk to... We can talk to
Norm for days.
This quote always, like, stuck with me. It's like, when you're hungry in poverty and search to kill an elephant to eat, if you go out and search for that elephant, you either kill it and end your hunger and poverty, or it kills you and ends your hunger and poverty. But either way, your hunger and poverty will be ended. Yeah. And I think that, like, with all of us, we've went out and searched for it, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's going to work out.
I'm also, like, on the way to that elephant shit. It was some other little mammals here that could have, you know, a couple of other things that could have collected upon the journey.
My metaphor, but, you know, I really butchered it, but it's like, I always think about that.
Yeah, like, there's something on the way there that you're going to see where it's like, that look a little easier than an elephant.
We in search.
No, we growing in this moment. We just figured that out right now. Like, actually, I do want this elephant.
I do want this elephant.
But I do want my rent paid as well. So let me take this on the journey. No, man, I think you got any closing thoughts, Norm, and then we just gonna wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? It's $1 million worth of games, some excellent advice.
I want to ask you one more before we go.
Let's ask one more.
One more. I gotta ask him the dream role.
I got
question.
50 more, but go
I
ahead.
gotta ask him the dream role question while we're here, just because I don't know it. If you got
I
offered,
liked almost like, not to cut you off, but I almost just even liked like when we was with Dean and we just kind of went through that role. Let's make sure we spend some time on that piece too, because I think we focus on the money a lot too.
Yeah.
But
the role, because
yeah. But go ahead.
For the homies,
That's what I'm saying. Like the Dean one hit me and was like, "That's actually that might be possible, brother." Yeah, but go ahead. My fault.
So, if you got offered your dream role tomorrow, dream role, I don't know what that is for you. What would it be, and how much would you start your negotiations at? If the budget, it could be a big budget movie, it could be a low budget movie, it could be whatever level your dream role that you feel like, if you could give your artistry to the world in one role and you only had one chance to do it, and you had the opportunity and somebody came to you with it, what would that role be, and where would you start negotiations if you could still blow the deal? You could blow the deal in negotiations.
So the deal part is if you go too high, you might not get it. So where would you
start negotiations?
Yeah, where would you fall in at? It's whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
TV show, movie. That's what we try to figure out.
Yeah.
What's
TV show.
Okay.
Hit series. Okay.
Hit series.
Smart man.
I don't think we had anybody say
more
TV show
yet.
More
viewership.
I ain't said nobody said TV show yet.
Longer run.
Yeah.
I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
Smart. You know the game. Smart man.
Shit.
Mine is a show.
Damn.
It would be in the realm of something almost like a Peaky Blinders.
Ooh.
And that would be
Rich
amazing.
put me on Peaky Blinders. Changed my
One of the
life.
best shows ever made.
And
Thomas freaking Shelby.
I think I start kind of low.
Season 1.
I may start around, because I see a trajectory. Yeah, season 1, I'll probably start around like 50 an episode.
50 an episode.
How many episodes?
8.
8 episodes, 8 to 10 episodes.
One season. 8 to 10.
Get that renegotiation around season 2 or 3.
Negotiate.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then I think,
you got a $400,000 for the season 1.
Sounds about right.
It's on the low.
It ain't the
biggest.
It's a little low. No, it's definitely a little bit low.
I know it is. I know it is. But like, I'm looking at like other, like I'm not banking on, like I'm looking at
what it's gonna do for
I'm looking at the trajectory. Yeah,
Norm betting on himself.
Yeah. I'm not looking at the money. I'm not looking at the money.
Yeah, season 2 you can be.
I think you get the 50 for sure.
I'm not trying to hit a lick.
Yeah, I think you get the 50 for sure.
You're trying to get off.
Yeah, he's trying to build a career.
Yeah. I'm not looking for a knockout punch. This ain't no home run.
Once this is over with, y'all are never gonna forget me.
Yeah. My third hitter is the one. Yeah. The third hitter.
3 is when we smacked you hard.
Yeah, the third hitter. Hey, I got somebody on. Hey, coming off the third. Yeah. I'm just trying to get on base. I got somebody on deck who's gonna blow this bitch out the water.
It's the last time y'all ever think about sending me 50.
I feel you.
That's how I'm thinking.
That's smart.
All right, look, bro. I'm
not
just
mad
get
at
me on
that.
base because
Hey,
I got a hitter right behind me. We about to blow this thing.
I like that.
I got 2 people on base right now.
home.
I'm loaded up the bases. And I got somebody right now. It's a grand slam coming for you.
That just show how much of a team player you really are, bro. Because with a TV show, it ain't all about you. You gotta have supporting cast. Some series regulars on there.
Bro,
the
we
homies.
about to blow it. We about to blow it.
TV show be cold.
You go fast or you want to go far? That's the real question. I'm trying to go far.
I feel you.
I'm like, yeah, we can go far.
Man,
that's a good answer, man.
Nah,
we
I
appreciate
fuck
you,
with
man.
Yeah, no, this was a great pod, man. I'm glad we had you on, Norm. We'll obviously have you on again because we just scratching the surface with the homies. But, this is the Any Day Now podcast. We call it the Any Day Now podcast because we feel like any day now is the day to get your opportunities. So.
And they come in any day. We are proud of your success. We are proud that you stuck it out through all of the tough parts, all of the L's. Like we can't even keep track of all of the L's around here.
Yeah, super talented too.
But them L's is lessons.
Thank
you.
And
talented. To see and hear you learn from the lessons, man. I think a lot of people are gonna be able to take that from this. This the Any Day Now pod. We got Norman Towns, the one and only, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Come on, man. We're gonna have a status update on you in probably about a year, maybe 6 months. The way you be moving.
We all moving. Shoot, we working.
Yeah,
we probably about to drop something soon. Matter of fact, the next thing that I'm writing got you guys in it. So we'll see.
Yeah. So you already know what it is, man. Any day now.
Appreciate y'all.
My dog.
Deuces. We out. All right, y'all.
Oh, that was great.
Now you gotta sign the table.
Ooh-wee.
Hey, you dropped your mic.